Now it says you're live. So Russ is working back there right now, as you can see. Land Cruiser's still here. So this thing is tall, like really tall. To the point where if I stand right here, well, you guys get the idea. I'm right here. So it's pretty tall. So we have scaffolding here, and Russ is over there working on it. What he's trying to do is get the wrap off the fiberglass top, right?
Yeah, it's presenting itself to be quite a fun challenge.
Looks like it's gonna be fun.
If you look here, we got a couple different things going on. Right here is a newer wrap that this thing has had on it. Let me set this up so you can hear. So right here is, and up to this seam right there, you can see, they put a newer wrap on this thing. Well, the rest of this, not so much the story. So you can see here, all this flaking stuff is kind of one of our worst fears on doing wraps. And that's, I mean, it's going to be very, very slow going, tedious work. I've got a couple different tools in the arsenal. One of them is, call this just an eraser wheel. What it is, just a rubber eraser wheel. I got a couple different styles of those, but I was out of the other one. So I grabbed this one, and what you do is just light pressure, run it along here, and you can kind of see this spot here where it's kind of peeled up. So either way, I got a razor blade as well. I've scraped this section, and it leaves all the adhesive behind. So that's the kind of the advantage with the eraser. You can see here it doesn't leave adhesive. The one trick with the eraser wheel though is you got to be pretty careful on this because it can easily burn the fiberglass material underneath. So it's kind of where we're at. It's going to be all night up here on the scaffolding.
Having some good times.
Yeah, we got a couple cool, nice, thick, comfortable pads because we're going to be up here for a few hours. So yeah, I think that's our project for tonight, is just tackling this monstrous roof and getting it ready to go. Did we mention in our last video how we gotta, I think we did, that we gotta spray these separate of each other, right?
Oh yeah, maybe we should show them the pop top. Here, let me do that really quick. Oh. I think I already did the front.
So yeah, I don't remember we mentioned in the last video, but yeah, we gotta spray this in two different sections. This roof will be sprayed independently of the rest of the vehicle just because it's so tall, and to spray this, we'll spray it down in the position it's in, but then when we go to do the rest of the vehicle, we've got to have this up, because if you look under here, this lip here, we've got to be able to spray product underneath that. Ken's going to pop this up here in a second and show you what we're talking about. We're going to leave this rubber seal on here. The customer didn't want us to remove that, so we're going to leave that on there. But as this thing kind of goes up, you're good. You got enough room. So as this thing goes up, you can see this much of the roof needs to be sprayed as well, plus some of the seam sealers, a little weather checked here. We got to fix that problem. And so yeah, this thing's cool. Might have to hand the camera over to Ken when he gets out, and he can kind of show you the...
This thing's rad.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. And then also, I don't think I can see it from here, but also on the lip on this section, as it rolls around the back corner back there, we've got some rust problems we got to tackle as well.
Oh, show them the cracked seam sealer right there.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, we got to address all that as well.
So
clean that up.
I know it's kind of hard to see when you guys are out here, and I don't think that this removes, nor do I. Oh no, it does. Check this out. Boom.
Nice. That'll work.
That's kind of cool.
Actually, it might be easier to clean some of this side off of this thing up. I'll
Yeah.
Smooth it up and get the side done.
Looks, I mean, what's crazy is you guys saw, like, you know, now I'm like level with you, standing up in this, right?
Yeah.
So up here is a bed. So this is designed for cabin sleeping in here. It's got these pull outs right here, and it looks like you can fit a mattress down there. And then I imagine, from what the customer has been telling me, is that this folds down here and then makes a bed. So He goes out with his family, and this is what he takes. He graduated from a Tacoma, and
Yeah,
him,
needed
his wife,
something
and his
bigger.
kids, and needed something bigger, and so he decided that this was the way to go, and it's pretty sweet. I mean, you know, looking at one of these and being in and around it, it's really cool, kind of interesting. I just jumped in. What vehicle is that, or is this the camper? This is the van. So that's a great question. So this is that big sportsman van. I know that you just jumped in, so you can kind of see. Here's the driver area right here, and then this is the pop-up area, kind of cool. And then this is the rest of the area right here. It's kind of dark in here. We don't want to run any batteries dead or anything like that, but yeah, Russ will show you the outside real quick. Very cool, thanks. I'm just going to read the comments because I don't know if everyone's following those comments as they go up.
So yeah, you're getting a top view here. This thing is a big van. It's a great overland vehicle.
Don't swear, Russ. Live.
So yeah,
So kind of got some crusties right here and the drip rail right here. So luckily, you know what I mean, we can kind of repair some of that seam sealer. Our material will fill in that area too. Up here, for those of you who just jumped in, we got some obvious issues up here with the wrap. You can kind of see the new edge up here. Yeah, see how this is glossy right here? And then it transitions. And then right here, I think there's the end of the wrap, right?
yeah, I've
Right
started
down there.
peeling some of this off. So this stuff on the side, if you watched our video the other night, this stuff come off. It's coming off as easy too, but up here they put a seam where you couldn't see because it looked like it had some potential problems before. So yeah,
Lighting and everything in here. This thing's cool. So it's got this lighting out here. It's got a light back there. And then it's also all set up with breaker panels and 110 in here as well so that you can run all your household stuff. So kind of cool. Right now we're just going to get the rest of it ripped up. So I'll probably hand you back up the rest to go to the roof. And I'm going to work on getting some new shop lights in because if you can't tell, it's not really that bright out there. It looks bright, but that's because the camera's adjusting. So we're going to start working on that. We also have the blue Land Cruiser in here. We're going to keep going on that, kind of get some stuff going. So here's Russ.
awesome.
You want the top down?
No, I think I'll leave it up for just a minute so I don't have to lean over it. But I'm gonna set the camera up here for just a minute. I'll kind of talk to you for a minute. See, what's that? Cool shop, cool van. Thank you. Appreciate that. Cool shop, cool van. Yeah, we're excited about the project. The shop, it's a work in progress. I mean, you can see our project this summer. You can see bare studs on the walls. The shop when we got it, following from Alabama, high from Alabama. It's awesome. Anyway, over in this corner, you can kind of see that we had some drywall on the wall. There was, when Ken bought this house that had the shop on it, this whole corner was an office. So we spent this weekend and we tore that down because we're getting extremely busy and we got some big projects and we needed the room. So
Hashtag Jake's old apartment.
yeah, yeah. Jake was staying in that, but it's gone now. Still like the stove. Yeah, the stove's working great. We've had some challenges. It's in kind of,
Been kind of disarray.
yeah. We had to make some modifications. Last vehicle we sprayed, we used wood heat and we put some pipes in it, and that fan right there that Ken's playing with blows heat through. It worked excellent to heat the shop, but we're excited for next winter because we're going to be ready for insulation and siding on the walls, and we're going to put a furnace in. Be a lot better working condition. And then this end of the shop here, most of that end is going to be our spray booth.
Yeah.
We're building a massive spray booth.
So that office used to come pretty much to where I'm standing.
That's right, a Jeeper did help us on that stove. Yeah, Jake helped us on the stove.
Did someone say that?
Yeah, Jeeper helped us, he said. Anyway, the reason most of this end of the shop's going to be a paint booth is we're doing more than just automotive refinish. If we're doing automotive refinish, we don't need a large booth, but as you watch some of our future videos and we start spraying these big vehicles with bed liner like this, you'll understand why. You gotta have a lot of room and you gotta be able to stand back to get a nice even texture. We'll talk about that in our future videos, so just kind of stay tuned for that.
Now, make sure that you guys understand this is not your average bed liner. A lot of people get that confused. I've seen a couple comments about that. Like, you know, everyone's like, oh, well, bed liner chalks and fades. Our product doesn't. It's extremely UV stable.
100% UV stable.
100%. And so it's tenacity coating is what it's called. Someone just commented, I can't read it from here. Is that a rooftop tent? No, this is a pop-up. So it's actually part of the van. So they cut a hole in the roof and put it in there. Anyway, so the tenacity coating is 100% UV stable, won't fade, won't chalk up, and it's super easy to clean. A lot of times with bed liners, you get that really texture in there and dirt likes to grab in there and stay. Ours doesn't allow that. So kind of easier to clean, everything like that. But yeah, good question. That is a full pop-up. You can see through the window, maybe. No, not really, huh?
Yep, around the other side.
Let's see if I can. Well, you have to get in the driver door. You can kind of see the opening in there. So it's part of the roof. So, yep. Yeah, so originally it was brought over to, it was bought as a van and then brought over to Sportsmobile for the conversion. So hey, where's your phone? Will you pull up Messenger so we can say, he gave me a whole bunch of facts in that Messenger, so I figured I'd just read it off once and for all. And I'm sure I'll only have to repeat myself like 3 times. It's fine. So. Well, that's how live videos work. People jump in like midstream and then they don't get everything.
So we definitely want to make you.
Yeah, but this right here is from the owner. So with that, I'll be able to give you all the stats. So he bought it from the original owner. So it's a 2002 Ford E350 XLT Super Duty. Purchased brand new in 2002, then sent the Sportsmobile for conversion. They installed the pop top called the Penthouse. Kind of cool. They redid the interior and then sent it to Quigley for the 4x4 conversion. So it has a Quigley 4x4 conversion in it. It has a 7.3 liter diesel, only has 92,000 miles in it. It runs like a top. And he's the second owner of it. It didn't have the interior fully built for the previous owner, which is cool for me because I have plans to build it out to what I need. After finish, so after we're done with it, it will go over and get a Fox tuned suspension, wheels and tires, upgraded brakes, as well as aluminous roof rack and ladder. That's cool. So he's going to do some stuff for this really quick. And then I'm in the process, he says, I'm in the process of building the interior cabinetry, platform, garage, storage for the rear, diesel heater, water systems, and upgrading, redoing power systems, and installing solar. So, big project. So yeah, and then he just said, if we need anything, just let us know. So he watched the video the other night that we streamed. Yeah. And so he gave us some of that information just so that
we could read it to you tonight.
The Corona. Just kidding.
He's gonna do. We should get a hold of him tomorrow. If he's gonna do. I didn't realize he was doing fab work on here. We might not get.
I don't think he's not doing anything to that. From what I understood, it was a roof rack up front, and then he might be mounting solar panels up here.
Yeah,
so yeah, nothing to do with what we're gonna have. So we should be fine. But anyways, we're doing some unique colors on this too. Someone caught my Corona comment. So I hope everyone's safe, and I hope your guys' families are safe. Yeah, well, I'm trying. I got one hand here, and the other hand, I'm not exactly the most stable person in the world. There's a reason why I did swimming as a sport, not like skateboarding or running or anything like that. I am not graceful. So we are just going to get this wrapped up and going, but keep the questions coming. Kind of cool. Anything else you guys want to see? Just so you guys know, I might walk you out. I'm going to walk them out to my Land Cruiser real quick and just kind of show them the coating on.
Talk about the Onyx.
Oh, yeah. So just so you guys know, we just partnered with a company called Onyx Off-Road. And so Onyx has been around for a while. They've been doing the hunt application. So for hunters and stuff like that, super cool. But it's a off-road navigation application. So it's called OnX, so ONX, off-road. And anyone who uses our promo code, are you going?
$5 off.
It's, yeah, you get 20% off, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and the membership's super cheap.
$25 for a year with our promo code.
Yeah, 25.
Right now.
I think it's a little bit less than that, really, but yeah. So
And you
with
get
our
a free
promo code,
trial for 7 days.
you get the free trial for 7 days. Use the promo code, and then it kicks in after that. But it allows you to download all your maps offline, so you get the GPS navigation, everything like that while you're offline. And you can do like low resolution in a huge area, high resolution for a particular area. Super. I mean, we loved it.
Yeah, just so you guys know, this thing is incredible. We've tried many different apps to get maps in different areas. This thing does ATVs and four-wheeler trails, motorcycle trails, hiking trails, biking trails, and it illuminates each one of those so you can see from the top these maps in these areas, and it shows each one. It is incredible. I encourage you to go check it out. It's awesome. You'll love it.
It's really cool. And so the promo code is TOO, so Tenacity Overlanding Off-Road 20. Pretty easy.
Yep.
TOO 20. And so you use that promo code and sign up. We'll have a link in the description after this is published, and we're able to we're able to do that type thing where we can put that in the description. In a live video, it doesn't allow you to do that. But I did see a question there about selling the gallons. Let's see here how do I see all those comments? Live chat. Do you sell the coating by gallon? So we don't yet. We are working.
In fact,
we were just talking about that.
We just talked about that the other day. We thought, we can't service everybody clear across the country, and we just talked about that the other day, making this stuff available to the public. And yeah, stay tuned, because in the future, I think it can be a do-it-yourself product. And we can, as you watch some of our videos, we'll show you prep stuff, and honestly, it's a great product, and yeah, you can do it yourself. So stay tuned to that. We'll update you as we figure that out.
So the Jeep is still in the picture. I've seen a couple questions already come across about that. How's Jade? Any updates? So there are updates. We mentioned it a little bit in Tim, looking forward to that for the product. I see him right there. We mentioned a little bit about Jade in our previous updates. Right now, she's outside. She's covered by a tarp, because once Jake called out the project, we kind of were on hold. We did that poll where we kind of talked about giving it away or something like that. But one of Jake's followers contacted us. He followed him since the sailboat days, fell in love with the Jeep, fell in love with the build, and
just talking to him.
Yeah, just talking to him and everything else like that, and just kind of worked on it.
Jeep, so we made it work to where he's funding the Jeep now, and he will own it in the end.
Yeah, so he's actually going to make monthly payments and stuff like that. He's a silent partner, and he's going to do that. Sorry to ask, what are you all talking about? Jade. We're talking about the Jeep project.
Yeah.
So he's going to become a silent partner, and he's going to make payments over time to own the Jeep. And once he makes all those payments and everything, so that's how he's doing it. So Jade is going to be back on track. Jade is alive.
Yeah,
so
he's going to keep it basically the same way that the direction we were going with Jake. He liked that.
And we're gonna do something special in like a video coming too, because we're gonna do like an official video about it. But we're gonna draw out the plan so that you guys have a good idea, so you don't just see where we're going. We did disassemble because everything was kind of tack weld, and it gets pretty windy here in the spring. So I didn't want the tarp just to like sit on there and then get a nice windstorm and act like a sail and push the whole thing over as we were tacking it. And like what I mean by tack is like literally like this much holding on a bunch of metal. So we kind of disassembled it and then put it out here. I actually uncovered it part way already, as far as that looks. So, just some of the moisture and stuff. Man, beautiful evening tonight. But yeah, you can kind of see she's right there. So we're going to get it all going. Yeah, so we were talking about some paint. This is our coatings and everything. So I actually have it on my Land Cruiser, and Russ has it on his Land Cruiser. So let me walk you up here. So here's my Land Cruiser right here. So you guys can kind of see it is a textured coating, but it is also gloss too. You can see it reflecting. It's dirty right now, but it cleans up. Same thing on the black. Like, a lot of people think that's fading. It's actually not, just dirt. See? And it shines up really good. Just need to wash it. Russ did it on his. You can kind of see there. He did his body side moldings down. And he also did like a little ledge right here on the front bonnet. So, kind of cool. But it's going to be kind of hard to see because this truck's white. But there's little pinstripes all through this thing right here. We went down the same trail together, both Land Cruisers, so both the same way. He's got pinstriping. You can kind of see, like right there, a couple others. But there's none in the coating, which is freaking spectacular. You can kind of see that cleans right up. So, kind of cool. We're going to do more about this. We're going to do like a walk around and everything. Yes, that would work for an undercoat of the car. It's awesome. So this right here is one of our standard colors. Man, you guys have some great freaking questions and stuff like that. So this is one of our standard colors. We have a ring of about, I want to say 15 colors or anything like that. It's hard. My kid threw a crescent wrench at it the other day. That was fun. So, I mean, it's on there. What's nice is it's tough, but it's also ductile. So like, it's still gonna, take an impact and everything, and it's not gonna chip away like powder coating does. This is hard. So it's a specialized primer that goes on. So you create a mechanical bite, specialized primer, then the color, and then a top coat, and then it seals itself on there as it cures. And I mean, I've tortured this thing for the last year. I didn't wash it all winter, anything like that, and it still looks brand new. I mean, when you stand back and look at it, I mean, it still looks new. So, kind of cool. Yes, we do have a red color. We have several. We're going to do a video all about that. I hope you guys like these live sessions. Sounds very expensive. It's actually not. Considering that your average paint job and stuff like that cost about, well, if it's done right, it's going to cost anywhere from, so your standard paint job, if done right, it's going to cost anywhere from like, what would you say, like $6,000 to $8,000 for an average paint job?
That's probably on the low end.
Yeah.
Depending on how much damage is in it.
Yeah, depending on how much damage, how much you have to repair. What's nice is, we've already answered that question, Land Cruiser Life. Just saying. Jade's out here being worked on slowly but surely. Got a silent partner, we're working on her. But your average paint job costs anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000. This coating hides a lot of like the door dings and stuff like that you guys get. Just like off-roading and stuff like that, little waves and stuff. Hides a ton of that, so you don't have to do a whole lot of body repair. And it covers a lot of blemishes too. So with that, it actually saves you a lot of money up front. And so you're looking at like $3,500 to start. So not really bad. I have a TJ that, we're in Utah. So we're right off the I-15 here in Utah. Yes, you do need a special sprayer to spray it. Very special. We're going to do, when we get ready to do this van, we're going to do a whole video about that, and it's probably going to bore half of you to death, unless you're like me and you love knowing all the facts. So, just saying. Yeah, so we have a special sprayer that comes with it. We have 2 different types of sprayer too. No, you don't have to worry about rust unless it comes from the backside of a panel. So like this fender right here, let's say you had something wrong with the backside and rust was coming from the back forward on the metal, then you would have to. But as far as it encapsulates the metal, so you won't have to worry about rust or anything like that. Yeah, that'll be a ride from Nashville. I'll say that for sure. Notice any difference in weight? No. So what you have to remember is that, as far as like weight and everything goes, it comes in gallons, right? So when you, look at a gallon paint can. I'm trying to see if I have one here. I think I threw it all out. Yeah, I think I took it to the landfill for them to properly dispose of. But if you think of like a gallon of milk or something like that, right? That's not super heavy, right? Now, mind you, you're gonna have to use a couple gallons on this, but on a rig like this, or like a Jeep, or like a Land Cruiser, or a 4Runner, or anything those couple of extra pounds aren't gonna really matter. Honestly, you're putting more weight on your vehicle with your double jerry cans. You can DIY, it's a process though, and we're looking at getting that product to where people can buy it and do that. So, but we do have some colors. I was gonna show you guys that. Someone made fun of us once for like having the shop too clean. It's not clean all the time. You remember that, Russ?
What's that?
Where someone made fun of us for having the shop too clean?
Yeah.
Someone made a comment like, your shop's too clean. How can you even call that a shop? I'm like, seriously? I'd hate to see your garage. We like to keep it clean, like to keep it swept and everything like that. Oh, Land Cruiser Life, we're just teasing you. So Jade's out here outside under a tire. We're going to do an update video that's coming very, very shortly. We're going to get the Tacoma Part 2 out that involves a lot more spraying, so you guys can see that. So that's in our video history. We're going to get that Part 2 out here very shortly, and then we're going to get... and then we're going to do a video about Jay and like what's going on. So like an official video that people can go back and reference. But some of you were interested about colors. We got a few. Yeah, the Tacoma video is coming out too, Part 2. So that's when we actually spray it, and we actually color match the Tacoma. So 1G3 Toyota color, we actually match that color, metallics and all, in it. So kind of cool. Show bright red. Can't wait till you have it, till you're able to sell it. I would have to do it. I'm on a budget. That's okay. We can work with budgets too and everything like that. We're looking to also do like a financing option too, where you can make payments over time or something like that. That's just not set up yet. Okay, I'm gonna set the camera down and get this so I can the Tenacity raw footage of us having to adjust cameras all the time. Sometimes it's easier to do these live videos just because it's not like constantly trying to play catch up. For those of you who don't know, I know that we've been kind of behind on videos. My wife's pregnant. We're due next week. So Tuesday, the 21st, we're gonna have a baby boy. So been super busy with that. And I do most of the video editing while Russ, I just said I do most of the video editing while Russ does a lot of the clerical stuff. So thanks, Jeep Master. I'm just trying to find a good place where I can set you guys down where I have some light. Ever since we blew out the office, we have no light right here. So it's kind of rough. It's not bad. Okay. Okay, so you want to see red? Check that out.
You told me to do any color too, right?
Yeah, we can do any color. So if you have like an absolutely crazy color that you want to match, besides our standard pink that we already have, that's a good red. Yeah, there's actually another one here too that has metallics in it. It's called red, garnet red. So you can actually see kind of the metallics in it. And you can see on the little swatch and everything right there that, come on. Yeah, you can't really see it. So yeah, a polyurethane is kind of like a rubber texture, and you can see these are pretty thick right there. So yeah, these are just our standard colors. So this is a key ring from the manufacturer, just of like standard colors that we can get. So you can kind of see your reds, your yellow, purple, pink. You can kind of see we go into grays and greens, and then you can kind of get like that voodoo blue all the way over to here. So we do have some camo colors, camo brown, sorry, camo tan, camo brown right there. You guys can kind of see that. And then where's camo green? Camo green is what my Land Cruiser is, right there. kind of see that texturing and everything. Kind of cool. Literally called camel green. So anyways, yeah, so our blend, as you guys saw on my Land Cruiser, it looks a little bit different than this because it's top coated and everything like that. So this is the keyring from our manufacturer. These are just standard colors that we can get, literally just right into the mix, and kind of do that. And then, yeah, so we have some of that cool stuff. Yeah, we can do any color. So like, we can match this color right here. We can match that red. We can match anything. Kind of cool. Another cool thing is that we can mix Kevlar into it too. So as you guys know, Kevlar used in bulletproof vests. Basically, they put it in a mill machine and make it fibrous. We can mix that in, and it creates a super strong structure for the chemical process, and then it binds it all together and becomes super tough. We just did it on the Tacoma. If you go back and watch our Tacoma build series part 1, we did it on the inside of the fenders because it had fiberglass fenders. And so what that does is as rocks kick up, they hit that Kevlar enforced liner, and then they don't do any damage, which is the goal, right? I mean, if you're gonna do that, you might as well protect your product, right? Let's see here, going back. Sorry, just tuned in. Could I DIY? Ride from Nashville. Cool. You guys got any other questions? It's gonna make more sense as we do more videos about it too. I'm not expecting everyone to remember everything right now. Russ, how's it going up there?
Slowly but surely.
Anyone else?
Surely.
Anybody else got some questions or anything, or you guys just want to hang out for a minute? I like how this thing wants to move when I don't want it to move. It doesn't add a whole lot of weight at all. I mean, an 80 series, we did my Land Cruiser in 4 gallons of materials. So imagine just holding 4 gallons of milk. That's kind of where you're at. Less than what you'd put in your jerry can on the back of your car. Not much, I promise. You won't notice anything at all. A lot of people think that bedliner weighs like a ton. It does not. And a lot of people think that because it comes in like 55 gallon drums sometimes. So thanks, appreciate it. Gonna be sweet. For those of you who don't know, I have a son right now. He's 5, and he's crazy. I love him. So we're getting ready to go to Colorado, and then all this stuff happened with the Corona quarantine, COVID-19, and so I couldn't go anywhere. It was a bummer. So he's asked me every weekend, "Can we go to the mountains, Dad? Can we go?" I'm like, I'd love to, bud, but you know, sometimes they get mad at us. So the plan is with the van, we're removing the wrap right now. You can already see we did some parts of it. These are in the jams and stuff, so when we de-trim, we'll take the rest of it off. This is just vinyl wrap. I do not know if it's live right now, so I'm going to give it just a minute. You guys let me know if you guys can hear me. Just comment that so I can see it. It pops up on my screen. Just let me know if I'm alive at least. Plus, its weight's distributed across the whole vehicle, so it really won't. Yeah. So it's not like you're putting a rooftop tent on top that's going to potentially kind of sway it back and forth. Okay, we're live. Perfect. Thank you. It's going to distribute it evenly. So like a rooftop tent, sometimes it makes it hard whenever you're doing like some major off-roading, like Moab, everything like that. So instead, it's distributed across the whole body of the vehicle. And on a vehicle like this, we're going to probably use like 8 gallons of material because we're doing the whole roof, the whole side, the hood, and then the whole other side. It's a lot of material. So, you know, it's going to be that. But if you think about it, if you think about how much does a gallon of milk weigh, it's negligible considering what you get as far as like your overall thing. So, no, Russ is not the only one working. He just handed me the camera, so I'm just answering all the questions. And I'm also getting ready to do new shop lights, so I had to rewire some of this to get the electrical even working when we tore down the office. So, here, Russ, take this.
Go. About to drop it. So we're, I got this whole side off here now. Looking pretty good. Sorry about the noise. I'm trying to cool the heat gun down here a little bit. So yeah, I'm ready to actually start making some noise now with the eraser tool. I got this newer wrap that was on the side off, and now we're going to be on to this real tedious stuff here. You can see, like I was showing earlier, down in the cracks. That's going to be the time-consuming stuff. It's going to be probably one little square inch at a time here to get this off, but we'll get it. We'll, I think our goal tonight is to get half of the roof done tonight and then start on the rest of it tomorrow. We got to stay on schedule for this thing. We're hoping to, RF must be, oh yes, it's very time-consuming. The sides actually were pretty good. As long as the wrap's not extremely old and hasn't sat out in the sun for a really long time, it comes off pretty good. I mean, it's this stuff that's the nightmare. This is personally why I just dislike wraps altogether, is because eventually it damages even your paint underneath to be able to remove it, and then you're talking about repainting or bed liner in this case. So yes, it is definitely time consuming. It's time to make some noise now. I think we'll probably wrap this video up and keep working for the night.
Yeah, I think we're gonna keep going. So, wrap will just come off slowly but surely. Russ is gonna make some noise. So,
Yeah,
if you guys have more questions, we're gonna post this video up.
Yeah.
And so, on our YouTube channel. Also, you can message us on Instagram, Facebook, any of those places. We'll pay attention to it too. But yeah, I read all the comments.
Check in tomorrow night or Saturday. We're gonna have another live. So
Yeah, Saturday day we'll do another live. Corona. So we're we're
Thank you,
gonna
guys. Take care. We'll see you later.
we appreciate y'all tuning in. Have a good night and stay safe out there. Keep your family safe. How do you stop this? There you go.